Basic Beginner's Guitar, Perfect Timing, A Focused Approach. Book 1. This is Lesson 7, Part 1. But I'm going to jump back. I've noticed I tend to get nervous and start rushing at the end of the lessons as I'm watching my timer. I only have this set up so I can have so much time, usually just under, got to keep it under 15 minutes. Every Part 1 and Part 2 segment, okay? Just the way it is, the way I'm doing it. Very high tech. But let's go through for Lesson 7, Part 1, the very last part of Lesson 6, Part 2, where I said to go through the chords, the minor chords, and actually those last chords on page CS5, chords and strumming pages 5. And doing the down, let's see, down, let's see. What was it, down? Let's go back and look. Got to make sure. I want to mislead you. Make sure I call them properly. The last one, really, just the fourth one, down, down, up, down, up. So down, down, up, down. Oh, excuse me. Down, down, up, down, up. Okay? Heard me. I'm kind of just muffling the strings there, but that pattern with these chords that were on page CS-5. So you had an A, and I think we might have gone through this. You got down, down, up, down, down, then to the E, down, down, up, down, 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 up. Okay, back to the A, down, down, up, down, down, over to the D minor. That's this, okay. And here you with the A. I should have said this. The E, you can hit all 6 strings. With the A, you're trying to not hit the low E string, correct? You know, see the X there on the E string. So on the A chord now, on the D minor, you're trying to basically strum this big open strum, but missing the 2 bottom strings. So it should you should only hear these 4 notes. There's your D minor chord, and so it should be like. Oh, hear me touching the A and then the E. It starts to sound incorrect. You know, it should just be these 4 notes make the chord D minor. So that's what you're trying for. I mean, technically, there's an A in the correct D minor chord, and so if you touch the A string here, it doesn't really sound like it's clashing. If you hit the low E, it would. Tell that's wrong, but the A kind of doesn't really clash. But I think I mentioned before, usually whatever the name of the chord is, like a D minor, D, ones we haven't learned yet, like a D major 7th, a D minor 9th, whatever, usually the low note, that letter D, is going to be the lowest note. So if you go, there's the D, here's another D in it actually. So notes do repeat within the chord, but you kind of want to generally have that low note, which is the root, which is like usually the name of the chord, D minor, so the root is D, but you want that to be your low note, usually, okay? So you don't want to hear that A being in there too much, but as I said, it doesn't really hurt to get it. But so let's go to A minor, and now my root will be A, and I want to catch the 5th string, okay? Just as the chord diagram shows. Here we go, A minor. Down, down, up, down, down, up. Okay, jump in there, ready, play. Down, down, up, down, down, up. Okay, up, down, up. I cut it in half there. Now the E minor chord, the last one. And you strum all 6 here, like the E major chord. Just the E major is just E. Okay. The E minor. Lift your index finger, and you can can strum all 6 on this one too. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, so. Okay, E minor chords are cool. So where's my time on? We've got about 5. So that was sort of dragging on the previous lesson, but now we're going to move on a little. Now that you've learned a whole bunch, we're back to the normal pages now. This is page 49. 4, 9. Okay, all right. 49. Okay. Yeah. 4, 9, 5, and 4. Yeah. Okay. All righty. Page 49. Now that you've learned a whole bunch of new notes, all of the open strings plus the first 4 frets of all the strings plus the 5th fret of the first string, right? That one's special, 5th fret note. We're going to learn a scale. There are different types of scales, but for this study, we're going to just focus on what's called a major scale. Okay, a major scale is simply a series of 7 notes that either ascend, climb, or descend, drop in pitch, to resolve at the note it started on, an octave, or octave means 8 notes, but an octave apart, either higher or lower. Okay, so beginning with a G major scale, let's play that. So it's written out there for you on page 49, and you'll notice it has 1 sharp in it, right? The F sharp note there, middle of the page. Let's get it where you can't see anything but that one. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Okay, let's try it. Ready? I'm going to say ready, play. We want, well, 1, 2, ready, play. We can come back down. That's the next part. I'm just noting the accidental there. So back down. Ready, play. G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, A, G. Okay. Now finally, finally, ascending and descending. So we're going to climb and drop. Okay, ready? Let's go. Ready, play. Okay. So I have now, let's try 2 exercises that use the notes of the G scale. Okay, I'm going to look real close so I can do this. I'm usually not practicing these. I'm just trying to look, even though they're simple for someone who's played a long time. I still seem to have an amazing skill for messing them up when I'm trying to play for a student to play along, but let's give it a whirl, okay? Exercise 1, okay? And I'm also trying to stand where my hands can both be seen pretty well, but up close too. So, okay, here we go. So, exercise 1. G, A, B, C, A, B, C, D, B, C, D, E, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Now, kind of the same thing in reverse as exercise 2. G, F sharp, E, D, F sharp, E, D, C, E, D, C, B, D, C, B, A, G. Okay, so I'm going to play them both. Let's see how much time I have left. I'm pretty good, but I'm going to play them both again here real quick, just right in a row, even though they both have a double bar for like an ending. I'm going to play one and then the other, so it'll go up and come back down. But I'm not going to speak other than the count, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me. Start again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Second line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Amazing. Okay, so you might have been hearing some little noises. That is, and you won't get this on a lot of other guitar lesson videos, that was a vacuum cleaner running upstairs. It's awesome. That's why you, I don't know. I just give all these extra things with my lessons. Okay, and now something not all kidding aside, something truly new, a new thing. Page 48, a new thing, key signatures. Okay, like the time signature explained on pages 10 and 11. Key signature, or the key signature gives us important. Excuse me. Let me start that again. Like the time signature explained on pages 10 and 11 gives us important information about a song's timing, the key signature gives us important information about sharps and flats, accidentals, etc. in a song. Well, no etc., etc. Just sharps, flats, those accidentals in a song. And when there are sharp or flat signs between the clef between the clef sign and the time signature, these sharp or flat signs are those sharp or flat signs are what is known as the key signature. They indicate notes that will either be either sharp or flat throughout the entire song, unless they are canceled temporarily by a natural sign, which we discussed earlier back on page 39 and 41. So using the example of exercise 2, bottom of the previous page, page 47, there were 2 F sharp notes in it. When a sharp is indicated in the key signature, in this case on the top line of the staff, the F note, it means every F in the song will be an F sharp, important note. When this is the case, the sharp sign will not appear at each F throughout the song, okay? So that's the whole idea, kind of cleans it up, okay? The look of the written lines, okay? It would look like this, and then I have my little picture down there, well, the line of music, key signature indicating all Fs in the song are sharp, like so. The sharp is here between the treble clef and the time signature, and then any Fs that appear, and I've kind of pointed a couple out, they will, I think that's all there are actually, they will appear, they will be sharp, okay? You'll play them sharp. So as we play it, this is the same thing we played for, and play real fast, you know. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Okay, I was just playing real fast. That was the same piece we did a little bit ago, but quickly, but the notes should be the same and should have been recognizable there. But I had to keep in mind that the F sharps that occur are sharp because it's in the key signature, okay? So, and you notice as I put down there below, they don't need the sharp sign in front of them. They're F sharps because the key signature says they are, okay? Another scale, slightly different hand position, and the fingerings of some familiar notes. We're on page 49 now. It's jumping right off that. The thought has probably already occurred to you that as you progress, your left hand isn't always going to be able to stay in the position that it's been in closest to the nut throughout our entire study so far. So for our next scale, let's try something new. Let's try some new things. With the left hand position, okay, I'm going to try to do this as it's pictured in the book there, you know. So with the left hand position, we've used so far, the edge of your thumb is approximately in line with the first fret. Now I've got my little drawing there. It seemed like that. Yeah, I kind of have it down here like this, kind of showing the way that it is, and my fingers are coming across here, right, like this, okay, same as the picture. It keeps your index finger in a good spot to play the notes on the first fret there. Again, see picture. Now slide your hand up a little to where everything, like, you know, your thumb and your index are more in line with that second fret, okay? So looking at those two pictures and what I've moved my hand here, you should be able to do that. So keeping your left hand in this new position, slid slightly up the neck from fret 1 to fret 2. Let's try a new scale, an A major scale, okay? And I have here, pay close attention to, I'm going to run out of time. Okay, we're going to start on page 50, the next lesson, which will be lesson 7, part 2, okay? All right, go to that one now, and we'll see you there.